I think it's time to take Samsung more seriously as a maker of laptops. The company is unveiling today two new notebooks called the Galaxy Book Flex and the Galaxy Book Ion. And from what I've seen so far of these devices, I am pretty impressed. The Galaxy Book Flex is a 2-in-1, which means it's got a 360-degree hinge that you can use to unfold the laptop, turn it into a tablet when you want. The Galaxy Book Ion, meanwhile, is a slightly lower-end laptop that's clamshell only. My favorite of the two, of course, is the Flex. It's a bit more of a premium device. It feels slightly heavier than the Ion. Both devices, though, come with a QLED screen available in 13 and 15-inch configurations and both running at Full HD. Now, based on what I've seen so far, these screens are gorgeous. They're vibrant, they're colorful, and they're crisp, even at that Full HD resolution. And the best thing about QLED, the Q stands for quantum dot, by the way, is that they're very good at getting up to super bright levels while still maintaining or preserving your battery. When I looked at the Galaxy Book Flex next to a Notebook 9 from last year, there was a pronounced difference in their brightness. Samsung said the difference is about 200 nits, and the Galaxy Book Flex can go up to 600 nits of brightness, which is a lot. And especially if you enforce outdoor mode, which on last year's notebooks was something that came on automatically depending on your ambient brightness. On the new Galaxy Book notebooks, you can enforce this yourself just by going into the settings. The big deal about these QLED displays, like I mentioned before, is the energy savings. And Samsung is estimating you'll get a full day's use out of these, and a number that I heard was about 20 hours of battery life. That is on par with the always connected PCs we've seen using Qualcomm's Snapdragon chipsets, so it is an impressive number. I haven't seen an Intel machine promise these numbers yet, so we have to see. Speaking of Intel, these guys come packing the latest 10th generation Intel Core chipsets. The ones that we saw had i7 chips in them, but the base level ones will have the i5 ones. Like I mentioned before, the Galaxy Book Flex is a convertible, so you can unfold it all the way and so it becomes a tablet. Now, one more special feature here is that the Galaxy Book Flex, which has a touchscreen, comes with an S Pen on board. So you can just press the little slot on the edge of the computer to pop out the stylus and then start writing on the screen as if you were working on your workbook. When you unfold the Galaxy Book Flex, the nice thing is that the keyboard and the trackpad disengage, so the system is not responding to your accidental presses or clicks or swipes on them. The experience with the S Pen here is similar to what you get on one of Samsung's Galaxy Note phones, which also have the S Pen included. Now, this is the same stylus, it's a thin one, not the thicker, bigger pen that you get on a Galaxy tablet. When you slide the S Pen out of the Galaxy Book Flex, an on-screen menu appears, and then you can use it to do a quick screenshot or write a quick note. This is a very similar experience to that on the Note phones. Also similar to Samsung's latest phone is a feature called wireless power share. Now, on the phones, you can use this to charge up your Galaxy earbuds or your Galaxy Watch, and you're using a Qi-compatible platform here to enable the power transfer. On the laptop, you can do this too. On the Galaxy Book Flex and Galaxy Book Ion, you can place your Qi-compatible device on top of the trackpad, and it will start charging by drawing power from the laptop. I also tried typing on both the Galaxy Book Flex and the Galaxy Book Ion. Now, both of them don't offer the deepest travel, but I will say the Ion had a little more depth in its keys than the Book Flex did, and I honestly wish there was a little bit more here. I can't complain too much though. These two devices are really thin and really light, so I see why Samsung had to kind of sacrifice the key travel here. The good thing is the buttons are all very nicely spaced. There are no undersized keys, nothing was too far out of reach, and I could type relatively quickly and accurately on these guys. There's also a fingerprint sensor on the keyboard deck, which is an strange placement for a fingerprint sensor, but hey, it's there for convenient logins and authentication when you need it. So despite being super thin devices, these two offer a pretty nice array of ports. The Galaxy Book Flex has two Thunderbolt 3 ports, one USB-C, and a microSD card reader on board, while the Ion has one Thunderbolt 3, two USB-As, and an HDMI and that microSD card slot, so that is plenty. The port offering is the same across both the 13-inch and 15-inch models of both the devices, which is impressive that Samsung was able to squeeze this many options onto a 13-inch super thin ultra portable. One of the differences separating the 15 and 13-inch models is that you can get the bigger notebooks with discrete graphics cards. So you can get an Intel Iris Pro option, for example, on the 15-inch models. Samsung hasn't shared pricing information for these yet, but they will be available next year. The company spokespeople did say that the price range would be around the ballpark of the Notebook 9 and Notebook 9 Pro. So that means it's about starting anywhere from like $700 and can go up to about $1,200 for 15-inch models. That seems like a pretty fair price to ask if some of these performance and battery life claims do prove to be true. We will need to get review units of these in before we can verify any of those claims, but since there's still quite a ways to go before you can even buy this thing, you can take your time to save your money. Meanwhile, make sure to subscribe to Engadget to check out all of the latest laptop, smartphone, and wearables reviews. And as always, thank you for watching.